Frog who challenged a dragon. In a peaceful marsh surrounded by tall reeds and blooming lilies lived a small green frog. The frog was tiny compared to the other creatures of the marsh, but it had a big heart and an even bigger sense of courage. Every evening, the animals gathered beside the water to tell stories. They spoke of distant mountains where a powerful dragon lived. The dragon was enormous. Its wings could darken the sky, and its roar could echo across valleys. Most animals were frightened whenever they heard stories about the dragon. But the frog felt differently. "How do we know the dragon is truly frightening?" the frog asked one evening. The animals stared in disbelief. Nobody had ever questioned the stories before. Soon, curiosity got the better of the frog. Determined to discover the truth, the frog packed a small bundle of supplies and set off toward the mountains. The journey was long. The frog crossed rushing streams, climbed rocky hills, and traveled through ancient forests. Along the way, many animals warned against meeting the dragon. Yet the frog continued. After several days, the mountains finally appeared on the horizon. Towering peaks stretched into the clouds. Near the highest summit stood the Dragon's Keep, an enormous stone fortress carved into the mountainside. The frog gulped, but kept moving. When it reached the fortress gates, it took a deep breath and shouted, "I challenge the dragon." The words echoed through the mountains. Moments later, the giant gates slowly opened. The dragon emerged. It was even larger than the stories described. Golden scales shimmered in the sunlight. Massive wings unfolded like sails. The ground trembled with every step. The frog suddenly felt very small. The dragon lowered its head and studied the tiny visitor. "You challenge me?" the dragon asked. Its voice rumbled like distant thunder. The frog swallowed nervously. "Yes," it replied. The dragon blinked. "To what kind of contest?" The frog had not thought that far ahead. After a moment, it said, "A contest of wisdom." The dragon smiled. Instead of breathing fire, the dragon invited the frog inside the fortress. There, they spent the day exchanging riddles, puzzles, and questions. The frog answered some. The dragon answered others. Hours passed. Neither could clearly defeat the other. As evening approached, the dragon presented its final challenge. "What is the strongest force in the world?" it asked. The frog thought carefully. Many answers came to mind. Strength, fire, magic, storms, but none felt right. Finally, the frog replied, "Understanding." The dragon tilted its head. The frog continued. "When creatures fear what they do not know, but when they understand one another, fear begins to disappear." Silence filled the hall. Then the dragon laughed. Not a frightening laugh, a warm one. "That," said the dragon, "is the wisest answer I have heard in many years." The dragon admitted something surprising. For generations, it had lived alone because everyone feared it. Few had ever tried to speak with it. The frog realized that the dragon had been lonely all along. The stories had made the dragon seem terrifying, but the reality was very different. The next morning, the frog and dragon traveled together back to the marsh. At first, the animals hid in fear, but the frog encouraged them to listen. The dragon shared stories of distant lands, hidden valleys, and ancient wonders. Slowly, fear turned into curiosity. Curiosity became friendship. In time, the dragon became a welcomed visitor to the marsh. The animals learned that courage is not always about fighting. Sometimes, courage means asking questions. Sometimes it means meeting someone you do not understand. And sometimes, the bravest challenge of all is replacing fear with friendship. As for the frog, it became famous throughout the land. Not because it defeated a dragon, but because it discovered the truth about one.